Anchors and anchoring. Wow, this is classic neurolinguistic programming. Anchors and anchoring. An anchor is a simple thing where one thing becomes associated with another. You're in a certain state, and then you do a certain thing. You're in a certain state, and then you do a certain thing. Let me give you a demonstration here. Now, we said anchors or anchoring are whenever you associate one thing with another. Now, I got a great little graphic here. You know, you see those flashing red and blue lights in the back of your mirror. You're going to say, oh, shoot, or some other adjective, busted. And you get a certain feeling, even when they're not coming for you. Why? Because it's such a quick association. The minute your brain picks up on it, it feels a certain way. This is why people, when they're in relationships, they feel better when they see the other person's face. Now that assumes the relationship is going well. Then that becomes an anchor for them to be happy. When they're in a bad relationship, they can start feeling bad before that person has even opened their mouth because they associate what with that person? Pain and negative emotions. So anything that you link negative emotions to, you're going to feel a negative emotion. Anything you have positive emotions towards, you're going to feel positive emotions. Now, anchoring can be linked up. So what we do is, when we're meditating, see how he's kind of holding like a praying stance and she's doing the index finger to the thumb? What these are, they're anchors or triggers. So what you do is you meditate, 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 get into a great state of meditation, and then while you're feeling that way and having that experience, put your hands in that praying position, or put your finger tip to your thumb, your index finger to your thumb, and just hold it there and feel that state and think about that position. Feel that state and think about that position. Pretty soon, what happens is when they put their fingers together or their palms together, they go into that state quicker. That's what an anchor is. Meditation is classic for that. Because think about what meditation is. When I teach people meditation, here's what typically happens. It takes them about 20 minutes to finally meditate, and then they get into that meditative state. After about 20 minutes, it happens for about 30 seconds, and they lose it. But if they use these anchors and anchor it in during that 30 seconds, the next time they do it, they can probably get into that state in like 10 minutes. And it'll last about 10 minutes. And that anchor gets stronger because it's sitting there for 10 minutes. It gets very powerful. The next time they do it, they can probably get into that state in 4 or 5 minutes. And then hold it for a long period of time with that anchor in place. Those palm positions, those hand positions, those sitting positions. You can do multiple anchors. I used to do a thing where I would just touch my fingertips together. Okay, one hand versus the other. Just looked like I was waiting for the meeting to start. But actually what it was doing, it was anchoring serenity and confidence in me. I would just think about being confident, things going well in a meeting or in any situation, just feeling very serene, very confident, like I could totally kick butt. And then I would, when I got into that state and it was deep and it was rich and I really had it focused in my mind, I would just touch my fingertips together. Boom. Do these in positions that aren't uncommon, like you're sitting there meditating, and you could anchor anything. You know? You can just put your hand on your knee and feel totally self-confident, you know? Rub your chin for a second and feel totally self-confident. Doesn't matter what you pick. Do something that can become an anchor that nobody will know you're doing it but you, and get it linked up with that state. So step 1, get into a positive emotional state. Step 2, link it. Then lather, rinse, and repeat. Get into a positive emotional state. Do your trigger, do your anchor. Hold it, hold it, hold it, release. Then notice, do your anchor and try to go towards that positive state, whatever state you're anchoring, and notice how much quicker you get into it. Pretty soon it'll be almost instantaneous. You'll feel it like welling up within you. Fantastic. You got to do the anchoring. It's an amazing technique. Now, another thing that kind of goes along with anchoring is when you focus on a positive state, you have a little thing, it's up in between the folds of your two sides of your brain and right in the middle. I've got a rectangle here showing you where the reticular activator is. It looks like a shrimp type thing. Looks like a little shrimp, but like a salad shrimp. Right up in there. And you know what this part does, the reticular activator? It's the deletion key in your brain. It decides what you'll focus on and what you won't focus on. So as you focus on things that are out there, you get more of whatever you focus on. So you always want to focus on the positive things and you want to focus on solutions. Because the reticular activator, if you hold your focus on it, or if you do your anchor, your trigger to get you in a state, it will search the environment and draw in everything that gives you that state. Self-confidence, or happiness, or joy, or serenity, and will look around the environment and focus on everything that has that and draw it into your mind. Everything that doesn't match, it will try to delete it. And this helps you maintain your state. Now, a lot of people also use this. I'll give you a bonus tip here. They use it to find solutions. If you focus on a goal or you focus on a solution that you want to have happen, as you go through the day, your brain will scan the environment to find things that would be a possible solution for you. Say you're focused on, hey, I want to open up a new business. I want to open up a new business, okay? And all of a sudden, your reticular activator, that's your goal-seeking mechanism, it will say, okay, I got my instructions. I'm going to look for everything that might be important if you're looking for a business. And all of a sudden, when you're driving around town, you'll see ads for, oh, here's a business loan, and here's a way to advertise your business. Or you'll be searching through the internet, and they'll say, oh, 50 free ways you can make money on Facebook, you know, or get your message out there. Everything will be almost bombarding you on how to be successful in a business. Now, was this stuff always there? Yes, but because it wasn't a focus, your reticular activator deleted it, and now it's sucking it in. This is amazingly powerful and can make a huge difference in your life. Make sure you're using this tool. Don't miss out. Now, just a little bit more on this focus management we kind of alluded to. Remember, you get more of whatever you focus on. If you focus on happiness, you're going to feel happy. You focus on anger, you're going to feel angry. You focus on jealousy, you're going to feel jealous. People don't realize that to have an emotion, you have to focus on it, and you have to maintain it in your focus. You can't think about anything else, and you have to maintain a steady focus on it or it goes away. If you're feeling sad and you don't focus on being sad 100% of the time, the minute you defocus on it and focus on something else, that sadness will go away. Well, guess what? That's not a problem. That's a solution. That's a tool. So make sure you're not the person to blame for the way you're feeling. And actually, now I'm going to say that to you backwards. You are the person to blame for who you're feeling. What you focus on, you're going to feel. So people say, I want to be confident. I want to be confident. But they're not confident. Why? Because they're focusing on all the different ways they can screw up. They're not focusing on all the ways they could kick ass and take names. They're not picturing themselves being massively successful. They're doing the opposite. The difference between a confident person and an unconfident person is nothing more than what they choose to focus on. You choose to focus on winning or losing. They are doing the exact same thing and they are equally skillful at it, just in a different direction. Both are also being massively successful. The confident person is focusing on how he can win, and he's being very skillful in that, and he will succeed. The person that's focusing on how they can fail and being unconfident and scared, they are being massively successful too. It's not this confident person has a special skill that I don't have, so I'm unconfident. They are using the exact same skill you've been using your entire life and are awesome at in the exact opposite direction. So you already have the tools to be this thing. If you're angry all the time, you can use those exact same skills. Notice how you get yourself so angry. Notice what your system is. Notice what you focus on. Use that exact same system for being happy. Make that your goal instead of anger, and it'll turn around in a heartbeat. I guarantee it.